Okay, Don Cricky, thank you very much. Welcome back to our NFL 81 studios in New York. Denver and Buffalo going at it. Rick Stadium, good ball game there. As you know, it's 7-3. But there's a lot happening around the league today, so let's try to get you all caught up. Let's start with the ball game that you've been enjoying. It's been a defensive struggle all along throughout the first half until Craig Norton got things heated up, and Mickemeyer put 3 on the board just before the half ended. But as you know, the Denver Broncos tied for the lead in the AFC West, out in front by a score of 7-3. Dan Reeves' club been a surprise this year. They come into this one 5-2. Buster Barnett blocked a 48-yard field goal attempt by Fred Steinford to maintain the shutout. That was until Craig Morton got heated up. 36-yarder into the arms of Steve Watson. 10th touchdown catch of the year for Watson. That had the Broncos up 7-0, but before the half ended, Steve Mickemeyer from 41 yards out makes good to bring Buffalo to within 4. It's 7-3 with a half to play. The New England Patriots are visiting the nation's capital today, and they're having their hands full with the Redskins. Although the Skins are just 1-6, the Patriots out in front by just a point now as that game nears the half. It's 15-14. A touchdown for the Redskins on an exciting punt return by Mike Nelms. This one's being played in the rain, and Joe Theismann got the Redskins off and winging, throwing this one to Art Monk, getting the Redskins in good field position. But it was 2 Patriot field goals that had the Patriots up 6-0 before Theismann completed one to Joe Washington to put them in front 7-6. Then Grogan to Don Hasselbeck. This one setting up another score. It set up this run by Tony Collins. He followed Gary Petz and John Hanna around the side to move the Patriots in front 12-7 at the time. They got a field goal to make it 15-7, and then this just moments ago. A punt going away to Mike Nelms. He takes it on his own 25, sheds 1 tackler, does a little dipsy-doodle, finds some daylight, and then down the side he goes. A Pro Bowl performer last year, Nelms goes 75 yards for the touchdown to move the Redskins to within a point. It's 15-14, and as we said, that ball game nearing the half. The Baltimore Colts have the worst defense in the AFC. They have lost 6 in a row. Some people say they're the worst team in pro football. Certainly the Browns could vouch for that today. They're beating up on the Colts in Cleveland. It's 28-7. Mike McCormick's club really playing bad football. Brian Sipe throwing right here, 40 yards to Reggie Rucker. It gets him down to the 10. And then Sipe, this is on the opening drive, a 1-yarder to Ozzie Newsome, 7-0 Browns. It continues easily. Brian Sipe, a 22-yarder to Greg Pruitt. This is like picking them off a tree. Watch this one. 40 yards, Brian Sipe to Dave Logan. Where's the Buffalo defense? They're bumping into each other at the goal line, 21-0. Finally, the Colts managed to get on the board. Jones to Dickey, a 4-yarder, made it 21-7. But what they give, they also give back. Charlie White from a yard out, 28-7. That's how it stands right now. Browns in front of a very hapless Baltimore Colts club. Tampa Bay going against Philadelphia. The Eagles trying to rebound from their first defeat are tied with the surprising Buccaneers. That ball game 7-all in the second period. Doug Williams has run for 1. Ron Jaworski, a 6-yard touchdown strike to Keith Kreftley. The Giants and the Atlanta Falcons. The Giants at 4-3 are playing the Falcons tough in Georgia. Atlanta scored first on a Bartkowski to Junior Miller touchdown throw, but a blocked punt by the Giants special teams has that one deadlocked at 7 in the second period. The St. Louis Cardinals at 2-5 are surprising the Vikings, who are 5-2, and perhaps the hottest team in all of football is the Cardinals, who are out in front by a score of 13-3, that ball game in St. Louis. Green Bay against Detroit. It's an NFC Central battle. That one's deadlocked at 10, being played up there in the Silverdome. It's deadlocked at 10. Eric Hipple has run for a 6-yard touchdown and gotten a field goal from Eddie Murray. Lynn Dickey has had to leave that ball game with an injured back. David Whitehurst has come on for Green Bay. And the Cincinnati Bengals, leading the AFC Central, are playing indoors down in the Superdome. They're going against the 1-6 Saints, and that ball game is scoreless. That one's early in the first period. We'll be back in a moment with more scores right after this. 12th New York City Marathon today was won in record time by Alberto Salazar. He ran it in 2:08:13 to set a new record. Jukka Toila of Finland was second. Third was Hugh Jones of England. The women's division was won by Allison Rowe, also in record time, unofficial. Well, we understand it's now official time of 2:25:28. She's from New Zealand. She won the women's division. Okay, let's get back to football. A big game on tap has the Cowboys entertaining the Dolphins at home. Tom Landry going against Don Shula. A preview of that one now from Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen.
It's cloudy and cool in Texas. It rained this morning in Irving. Texas Stadium the scene, matching 2 of the outstanding teams in the NFL, the Miami Dolphins and Dallas Cowboys. And here a week before Halloween, 13 often conjures up negative or superstitious thoughts. Not so for these 2 fine teams. 13 a positive figure.
The Dallas Cowboys very proud of the fact, Dick, that they have defeated 13 consecutive opponents here on their home turf. And they plan on making it very tough for the visiting Miami Dolphins here today. But Miami comes in with their own special streak of 13. They've taken on and defeated 13 consecutive NFC opponents. They'd like to make Dallas number 14.
And two outstanding coaches, third on the all-time list behind Hallis and Lambeau, are the men matched against each other today.
Well, Tom Landry has that number 3 position with 189 wins, career wins. Shula is one behind at 188, and he would love to overtake Tom Landry and tie him for that position today.
It's a terrific matchup. The Miami Dolphins looking for number 14 in a row against the Dallas Cowboys, 13 straight at home, both battling for a first-place spot.
And Dick, for one of these teams, 13 is going to be an unlucky number today.
Well said. The Dolphins and the Cowboys. Now back to NFL 81 in New York.
Other games in the second half of our doubleheader have the Seahawks playing at Shea against the Jets, the Chargers at Soldier Field going against the Bears, and Kansas City and Oakland in a rematch 2 weeks ago they met. Chiefs won it 27-0. But that's still to come, as is the second half of football. It is Denver 7, Buffalo 3, as we return you to Rich Stadium in Buffalo.